me? Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me?
Hey, America sucks. This is why it sucks. Dating here sucks. I've given up here. I'm going to tell you about dating in Brazil.
Welcome back to my channel. My name is Giselle Venya. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on your bell notifications so that you don't miss a post. In today's video, we will be discussing passport bros. Apparently, love is overseas. I honestly don't have much to say, and I am appalled by what I recently learned, so we're going to let this video speak for itself. So you know how we do it. Let's get into this video.
Passport bros, but we ain't shelling out cash for a hoes, no.
The comedian was kidnapped and while on a date in Medellin, Colombia last week.
I'm not impressed. As a Colombian, we've been telling y'all so many times to stop going to Colombia for sex tourism. Honestly, I lost all empathy for passport bros. And I'm not trying to start any controversy, but I love how this dude decides to describe this man, this 50-year-old man who used to fly to Colombia just to have sex with 19, 21, and 20 years old. As an activist, as an angel, as a person who helps so many immigrants from his country in the States. I'm not denying anything he has done to the community. Good for him. But do not paint the situation as, oh, this poor American went outside and he fell in love. No, he was looking for a 20-year-old to take advantage of. He almost tripled her age, just so you know. So, no, I do not feel bad for a pervert who only went to Colombia for sex tourism and got murdered in the process. Now, there's bad people everywhere. But don't try to follow this propaganda about how everywhere in Latin America is dangerous and how you too can get murdered in broad daylight. And as so many Americans like to say, around and find out.
Flowers and like plants like this.
Yes.
That's what you mean?
Yes.
Or both?
Yes, both.
Both.
Let's take this overboard. I want you to
Y'all passport bros, y'all think y'all done struck gold. And I understand why. And I hear your complaints and all that other stuff. You know, y'all ain't able to get certain women in the United States because you feel like their price is too high. And I ain't talking about, you know, prostitution. I'm talking about the women in America, they are getting to the point where they want more. They tired of settling for the bare minimum. And a lot of men are having a problem with that. They got an issue with a woman deciding, you know what, I'm going to stop being a fool for these men and not getting what I deserve. And a lot of y'all can't handle that. Y'all would rather them still be the way they used to be, just standing by us without us really being accountable for our actions and making sure we value them in the right way. So instead of, you know, coming up and being who we really need to be, manning up and so on and so forth, y'all done decided to jump ship. And that's cool. If you can't stand the heat, get out the kitchen. But stop getting on camera talking down on women if you really happy. It says a lot if every time you turn your camera on, you can't help but say something negative about black women over here. Unless you haven't noticed, black men and black women have always been together in this country, being treated very badly by the people that are in control of this country. We ain't never had nobody but each other. We ain't never been able to shed our skin and be treated differently. We ain't never had nothing but each other at the end of the day. How can you turn your back on the women that have always been here with us? How can you talk down on the women that have always been here for us? If you be honest, if you're honest, look at what's going on, right? So many women, they feel like they got to take matters into their own hands now, right? They feel like, okay, I gotta be the one to change my family tree, and I gotta be the one to turn the legacy of my family around. Why? Because there's been so many trash men not doing what they supposed to do. And now you complaining about the quality of the woman. Well, we supposed to be the leaders. That ain't something that's new. We been supposed to be the leaders. We supposed to been trying to make a way to provide and steer our families in the right direction since the beginning. That's how it's always been. So if things is out of control, who let it get out of control? If you got a problem with the way women are in 2023, look at the quality of the men.
Meet Austin Hollman. Austin Hollman is a 23-year-old barber who has been leading the charge in the Passport Bros movement. He has been in Brazil. Whole YouTube channel is based off of the fact that, hey, America sucks. This is why it sucks. Dating here sucks. I've given up here. I'm going to tell you about dating in Brazil. Where Austin Hollman loses himself is that he's telling a double-edged message. Recently, he's been run out of Brazil.
If I wanted to come back to stay in Brazil, it wouldn't be safe.
And in his apology message about getting ran out of Brazil, he talks about how his intention was never about sex on this channel, how it was always about dating.
My intent was never to promote or exploitation of women. My message was that, hey, women in Brazil still value the work that you've done on yourself.
Even to his own admission, he talks about paying for
Did pay 2 times in Medellin.
So when you go there and your dollar means more and you're buying coochie, it lets me know that something's off about you.
So y'all know I've been a travel journalist for many years, and I've also lived abroad since 2015. And one of the things that makes me cringe about travel content is when people say, oh, these are the best places to go for black people. These are the safest places to go in the world. Because I find that to be very subjective, very individual to the person. And this is one of the reasons why. A change in circumstances and how it is that you choose to move when you're outside of the United States can make a situation go from sweet to sticky real quick. Now, I'm sure y'all heard of the Passport Bros. And if you haven't, they're namely men that try their hand at going abroad and looking for love. And ultimately what they're doing is exploiting young women for sex in exchange for probably giving them things like gifts and money. So when you look at a headline like this, you probably think, oh my God, there's gangs in Colombia. It's not safe to go to Medellin. Yeah, it's not safe in Medellin if you're going down there trying to be a wannabe sugar daddy. Sometimes y'all just gotta stick with the rivers and lakes that you're used to, because a lot of y'all will go abroad, be completely ignorant of the culture of the place, and then turn around when things happen like this, say, oh my God, it's so unsafe. And I did a video before about how the U.S. Embassy is not set up in places abroad to help you if you get in a sticky situation. They may help you get an emergency passport. They might even help you get an emergency flight, which you'll have to pay back. But ultimately, what they're going to tell you is don't be a dummy and give you a swift kick in the ass. Exhibit A, this is what the U.S. Embassy said. It said U.S. citizens should be vigilant, maintain heightened situational awareness, and incorporate strong personal security practices into their activities.
My question to you is, when are you going to learn about my culture? And give you an example. You call me fat and ugly in front of people.
Asshole.
What?
It's too early for this, y'all. But somebody asked me my thoughts on Passport Bros, and my position is this. There's a notion that Western men are extremely unhappy with Western women at this time, and that's okay. There's also the notion that these same Western men are going over or wanting to go over to other countries to find love, and that's okay. The only thing that I will point out is, are we considering that these same women in other countries also are raised a certain way? They have certain expectations of their own men, and are we prepared to fulfill that? When we take our Western selves over to other countries to find love or whatever we're doing, are we considering that we can be adequate or sufficient or whatever for this other person? Or do we even care? That would be my only thing that I would bring up. But you know what? You find love where you find it. And, do you, boo-boo?
I can cook, I can clean.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, see, this is why I came to Thailand, to find a traditional woman.
Uh-oh.
See, in the United States,
Oh.
women don't cook and clean.
Oh.
All they do is complain. And we don't got time for that. That's why I got my passport and I've left.
Look at this beautiful couple right here. You understand me? Look at that smile. But guys, let's be honest. A young brother like this in the States, you could tell he's exceptionally forward regarding his intentions of wanting love and wanting a family. In the States, a man of his personality, characteristics, and traits will be labeled as a lame, would be labeled as corny, as reasons to disqualify him. But instead of dealing with the bullshit, my young brother went abroad and found himself a nice little tenderoni abroad. The demand for...
Don't nobody in this world switch up faster than a passport bro. Roll a clip.
I decided to disassociate myself with from the passport bros. A lot of these dudes are promoting workers and telling you that they're regular women.
Wait. Ain't this you?
Paying and tricking and everything else, and that's perfect.
Now, I did pay 2 times in Medellin. I did pay 2 times.
But let's continue. Let's continue.
And a lot of y'all are being fooled. Seriously. A lot of y'all are being fooled. Y'all think that these dudes got these fit, feminine, submissive women, and they're paying for them. It lumps everybody all in one thing. It lumps everybody for. So if he does something, or if I do something, we all get thrown in the same umbrella. There's a lot of clowns joining and claiming the whole passport bro label, and they're doing clown shit.
Speaking of clown shit,
Tourists that's telling men that, oh, Brazilian women, and I'm not saying this because I know some of y'all still gonna watch this English version first and misinterpret it. I am not saying Brazilian women are easy for everybody.
this is also strange because I made a video a few months ago and I could have sworn this was you. It sounds to me like you was telling men to get their passport because you felt like Brazilian women were easy. But who am I? Who am I? Let's continue.
They have no home training when they go overseas. A lot of y'all have no home training at all. And y'all go to these other countries and you're going to end up acting a fool, thinking you can talk shit about the people, thinking that you can be aggressive with people in the areas that you...
This is so entertaining because it's you. You're the guy. You are the one that got kicked out of Brazil and couldn't go back for going over there and acting like you ain't had no home training. And I would beg to argue that you wasn't acting. I really need y'all to do me a solid and be for real. But anyway, if y'all want me to do a series on this one, go to the link in the bio, subscribe to my YouTube, and let me know, and I got you. I gotta go.
Now, after this article was released about those passport bros making their way down to Colombia and getting the United States had to put out a travel advisory to these dusties, okay? A literal travel advisory to these dusties to not go and meet strangers in foreign countries on dating apps. And shout out to Sandra Rose, this blog that put out this article because it's an amazing read. So they state in the article, a growing number of men are traveling to foreign countries to meet submissive women who are less expensive and not too demanding. The term, you guys know, is passport bros, first appeared on TikTok, and it references men who use dating apps to hook up with women in other countries. It states below that authorities say that at least 25 passport bros were unalived in Medellin, Colombia in 2023, and 4 Americans were killed in Medellin in November alone. Now, Owens, a 59-year-old passport bro, was gunned down, robbed, and taken for his watch and gold chain, and then his family had to receive his bodies 2 weeks later in Chattanooga, Tennessee. The U.S. State Department helped the family out to cut through the red tape to bring his remains home. You guys have to understand, that's not what the State Department is for, but that is what the State Department will do. Now, you can pause this to read the rest of these horror stories, including Johnny Jerome and Philip Mullins. Now, again, the U.S. State Department is issuing a warning to avoid using dating apps to meet women in foreign countries, because you could otherwise get yourself. It's crazy. The State Department has to do this. It's a waste of tax dollars to have to warn people to not do this. But again, there's the warning.
8 passport bros unalived in Colombia in the past 3 months. Hey, look, I wasn't never down with that passport bro movement anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm from the neighborhood, man. I know better. You know, I won't even go to a chick. I won't even go see a chick. I won't even go to a chick's place and go stay over there if I ain't got my smoke wagon with me. I just ain't gonna do it because I know better. You know what I'm saying? I done seen too many times where dudes be getting set up by some chicks out here be just setting dudes up, man. You know what I mean? So you got to be real arrogant and ignorant to think that, you know, you can go to somebody else's territory and just serenade they women and just think that you're going to just pluck you a wife out of there. Okay, her, come with me. Like, come on, man. But that's the arrogance of Americans, man. You know what I'm saying? Of the American man. He just thinks, you know, everybody's beneath him. I'm just going to go to this other country and just round up all the women. That makes no sense, man, at all. And you have no protection over there. You know nobody over there. And that's a whole nother country. And you're going to go over there looking for women. You're looking for a wife. If you can't, look, it's over 100 million women in America. If you can't find a woman in America, bro, it's you. You're the problem. It's over 100 million women here, bro. If you can't find one, you can't find one, you're the problem.
In wrapping up this conversation, it's evident that the phenomenon of passport bros highlights deeper issues of exploitation and unequal power dynamics in cross-cultural relationships. I understand that these men feel valuable when they go to other lands and exploit these women, but they really don't think that they're doing such. You're going to that's the problem. Looking for a quote-unquote submissive woman when there are submissive women in the States. But no, your dollar value increases once you leave the States, and in exchange you want a young and vulnerable woman to come and submit to you, and you bring her back to the States and then talk down about the women who are in the States and surround you, and especially black women. But I want to let y'all know that it's not only black men doing this. The European men have been doing this for centuries, and they discuss it with their counterparts, but now it's grown in popularity due to social media. And these goofies go online in social media platforms like TikTok and brag about getting women that they can't even get in the States. The thing is, if you're going to another country for love, that's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you're going to another country to buy and purchase a woman or sexual acts from that woman, that's the problem. But fellas, I would love to hear your insights on these issues. And ladies, feel free to comment down below. Let's keep the conversation going and tell me your thoughts and opinions. Do you know anyone who's ever done this? If so, comment down below. Until next time, thank you for tuning into this video. Bye!
Can you focus on me? Baby, can you focus on me?